Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes,
you are audible.
Okay. So, today's topic is, we will talk about the Breatcoins and the Beatcoins. Okay. So this will be you will like this topic very much. I'm sure about it. And let's start this, session. So welcome all of you. Am I audible clearly to everyone? Yeah. Thank you.
yes, sir.
So first of all, we will do a couple of workouts. Okay, so this will be basically a breathing based workouts. Actually, the idea behind this workout is to understand our breathing first, and then similarly, like we have to correlate it with our heart rate. Correct. So we have to initially raise our heart rate, and then we have to settle it down. Okay. So this is the idea, whole idea behind this. Correct. So we will do some basic pranayams, and we will do some Brahmari pranayams, and some specific workouts also including that. Correct. So let's start with you people can actually switch on your videos so that I can just check whether who all are doing it. Correct. Yeah, please. Thank you. Okay. So first of all, we will do 3 long breaths. Okay. Because the session is basically focused towards breathing only. Okay, and then later on we will talk about the heart rate and its connection with breathing. Correct. So let's start with 3 simple deep breaths. Okay, so let's close our eyes and then do start these breathings. So the breathing should be, it must be, long, डीप एंड स्लो ब्रीदिंग. ओके, तो ये रहेगा कैसा? स्लो ब्रीदिंग रहेगा, काफी स्लो, लॉन्ग एंड डीप. ओके, सो लाइक दिस, and then you have to hold it, and then you have to accordingly, after holding it, you have to release it slowly. So we will do it 3 times. Okay, so first let's start it. Okay, you people can actually unmute also at this point of time, so that breathings actually should be audible. Okay, and the last one. Okay, so next will be like we will do 3 Bhastrika pranayams. So Bhastrika, we as we discussed last time, so like we have to put our hands like this, close your fist and put your hands like this. Okay, and while going upwards, like when you will throw your hands upwards, then you have to open it up and inhale. Okay, and exhale. Okay, everyone okay? So let's start it 20 times. Okay, so before doing that, also again we have to take a deep breathe in and out, and then let's start. When I say 1, then it will be, exhale. Okay, like this. 1. Okay, exhale. Okay, so this is first step, and then second step is exhale. Okay, okay, so now let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is 20 Bhastrika pranayams. Then again, we have to inhale and we have to stabilize our breathing. And at the same time, we have to stabilize our heart rate. Okay. So again, we will take a deep breath in and hold it and release it. Correct. So let's do it. So inhale, long deep breath in, hold, and just let it go and relax completely. Okay. And then there is a last one that is called Brahmari Pranayam. Most of you may be aware about it. Okay, so we have to put our two fingers like this and one index finger on our forehead and like this, and we have to close our, ears with our thumbs, and then we have to take a deep breath in and chant Om. Oh. Okay, so all well. So these are the four exercises. So did you find any correlation between our breathing and our heart rate? So some of you can raise your hands and unmute yourself and answer about it. My question is like whether did you find any correlation between your heart rate and your breathing and how it is related to our running? So this is the basic question on which this discussion of today's will be based actually.
What I have realized in my running practice, this is Vandana.
Yeah. Hi, Vandana.
Right. So what I feel is when you breathe faster, you make the heart exercise faster and the heart rate goes fast.
Correct.
Up.
Yeah.
So
right.
whenever the heart rate goes up, and if I want to bring it down, I've realized deep breathing helps a lot.
Right. Correct.
So the heart works less and the heart rate is lesser.
Yeah, correct. So obviously we could figure out one connection between our breathing and our heart rate, correct?
Right.
So basically when we talked about the Maffetone method earlier, so same thing we were talking about, okay? We were focused mostly on, our heart rate, okay, in order to control our run and in order to take charge our run, correct? But at the same time what we can do like here while by controlling our breathing only we can control our heart rate, okay, and we can control our run. So this is the basic premises on which the discussion of today's will work actually. So is it clear with everyone? Hello. Yeah. So basically see the Maffetone method. Yeah, someone saying something. So in Maffetone method, what happens like when we run, then we actually run within the HR range, okay? And in order to maintain that HR range, we have to do so many things, okay? Like as explained earlier, like we have to manage our breathing, we have to keep a control on our gait, on our form, and any kind of stresses which are actually we are facing. So this kind of things actually we have to manage and keep a control. Okay, so in order to do that, like this is a actually method, this is not a running training kind of thing. Okay, so when we talk about a method, then obviously the things around that method, so everything we have to take care. Okay, so basically, when we talk about this Maffeton method and this HR range, so basically this is like a coin. Okay, coins given to us. Okay, so we may have heard about the Bitcoins, Bitcoins, Bitcoins. So Bitcoins are also like, you know, cryptocurrencies. Okay, so someone has developed this Bitcoins, and this is a virtual currency. Similarly, we have developed one another currency that is called Bitcoins, Beatcoins, Bitcoins. So basically, we have been given some Bitcoins. So those Bitcoins actually we have to, you know, uh, expend means we have to make expense of those Bitcoins very carefully. Okay, and we have to understand, like we obviously, because this is a cryptocurrency again. Okay, so we have to decrypt, and we have to understand like how we can actually manage this Bitcoins which are given very carefully. Okay, and with a maximum output. Okay, so this is the idea, maximum output in the terms of maximum speed which we can achieve. Okay, so ideally, like when we talk about this thing, running economy, then we consider that distance by, you know, time is your running economy in general, right? Everybody getting this point? You can actually chat and I will keep
Yes.
checking. Okay, but alternatively, what we can understand, like see, there are two runners. Okay, so both of them are actually running within 3 hours. Okay, full marathon. Okay, but the thing is that what is happening inside their body, how we can understand that point also. Okay, so in order to understand, we need to consider what is happening with their body. Okay, so there may be a number of things which are happening, but at the same time, one factor which is common for both of them will be the heart rate. Okay, so what is happening with their heart rate, how soon they are able to recover. So this is the basic idea which we need to understand. So alternatively, running economy can also be defined as HR divided by distance divided by time. Okay, so this will actually give a better understanding. Correct? Getting my point? Yeah, distance by time. Correct. So alternatively, the formula is like, you know, this one. So this is just an idea to understand the importance of HR. Okay. So, and this is how we can actually deduce this thing like HR, this running economy also. So, like we need to understand like कि ये जो हमारा जो bitcoins है उसको expense करने का क्या क्या तरीका हो सकता है, how better we can spend this bitcoins. Okay. So now the point is here is like we will discuss about earlier also we have discussed about this Maffeton method. Okay, and we have understood like what is the importance of this HR based training and running. Correct. So now today we'll focus on this breathing based running. Okay, so breathing based running means obviously, as we discussed earlier also, like it is also connected with our heart rate. Correct. So like how this you know this this is what we call it breathe coins. Okay, so the number of breaths which you are taking. Okay, so that should be much more lesser, and the output must be much more bigger. Okay, so idea is that. So how to do that, how to achieve that, that is the basic question. So first thing what we discussed earlier is, you know, like we have to involve much of this nostril breathing. Okay, So so just now we have seen that also, like while doing this exercises which we have done just now, like when we do this breathing exercise, our body gets relaxed, correct? So same thing can be applied for this running also, okay? And so the idea is, you have to run with your nose only, correct? So this must be in nasal breathing. But the question is, like, the body is, the nose is meant for nasal breathing only, but over a period of time, like, we have lost this ability, okay? And we have actually started breathing more with our mouth, okay? So how to avoid and actually regain that kind of, understanding of our breathing, and at the same time, like, how to develop that nasal breathing, this ability during run. So that is the actual idea behind this discussion. So obviously this breathing is all related to our awareness, okay? So for example, if I'm sitting here and if I'm aware about my breathing, then only I can have a better control on that, okay? So if I'm having a better control, so then I can have better control on many other things which is going inside our body, okay? So this is the idea. So when we run, so what happens when we speed up? So what happens, like, we feel that we have a lack of oxygen, okay? And lack of, due to lack of oxygen only, we open up our mouth and we start breathing with our mouth. So how to avoid that? That is also a basic question, okay? So obviously, like, we belong to a country which actually understand the importance of yoga, pranayam, and etc., anything, many things, correct? So obviously, like, we have to actually again focus our attention to this yoga and pranayams and all that. And again, we have to start understanding the breathing pattern, like how to engage, this stomach breathing in place of, chest breathing. So that is the idea. And then obviously, like, we have to start understanding this yogic, pranayams, yogic breathing actually, so which is at three levels. So first is at stomach level, then it is at diaphragm level, and then it is at here, okay? So these are the three levels wherein you have to focus and you have to engage your muscles to breathe properly. So this is the idea. Besides that, what is the other possibility is, like, whenever you are actually not doing anything with your mouth, okay? So that time actually you can keep your mouth closed, okay? So once you are keeping your mouth closed, what will happen? Automatically you will start breathing with your nose, right? So what is the appropriate time when we actually keep our mouth closed? So that is, but obvious it is while sleeping, correct? So when we sleep, that time we keep our mouth closed. So, like, this is the time which we can actually utilize to better our sleep, keep our heart rate in control, and at the same time, reinforce the nasal breathing, okay? So how to do that? As discussed earlier, like, before going to bed, what you can do, you can actually have ample amount of water, what is required for an uninterrupted sleep, okay? So that you should not visit a loo during the sleep time. So, and at the same time, second step will be, like, you have to tape your mouth with this tape, okay? So you have to completely seal back your lips, and then you should actually focus start before going to bed, like, you should start focusing on your breathing. So initially what will happen, you will feel it very difficult, like, when I did it first time. So it was very difficult because we are habitually mouth breathers, okay? So I could not actually sleep, and it was a forced kind of breathing which was happening through nose. Okay. And it was a kind of disturbed sleeping first day. So, but the thing is that I had written down what are the observation, what did I feel early in the morning. So what I felt that mouth is full of saliva. Okay. And it's early in the morning, and yeah. And the sleep was obviously disturbed, but the thing is that the body was much more relaxed early in the morning, because see what is happening, that air which was going inside was kind of weight, kind of this thing, air. So that somehow was a kind of aerobic workout also. This is a kind of aerobic workout also, because you are breathing mostly through your nose. Okay. And that is a better air, what we can say safely. So this is what happened first day, but next day onwards, this all everything got settled. Okay. And now onwards I can sleep easily. Okay. With my mouth sealed back. Okay. So this is how it progressed. Okay. So later on, and I was actually running with nasal breathing only mostly. And so I was confident that once I will try to figure out the correlation between this heart rate and this nasal breathing. Someone has not muted his mic. Some noise is coming. Just a minute. Shankar, hello. Shankar. Okay. So the point is like, I was trying to develop one correlation between this nasal breathing and this heart rate.
What you was saying?
Yeah, someone is has not muted his mic. Yeah, nice, thanks. Okay, so I was trying to figure out a correlation between this heart rate and this nasal breathing. So I could somehow correlate today while running in a short loop. Okay, so I thought that I should try, because nowadays it is a time to understand, to have developed these understandings in a better manner. Okay, so what is happening, like when you are doing a nasal breathing, so obviously your heart won't allow you to run fast. Okay. And it's a vice versa, because if you are running within your HR range, so obviously again the same thing will happen. So I thought there can be a correlation between these two. Okay, so I could figure it out, and I could figure out that if you are actually focusing more on nasal breathing, so that is more or less like, this is a kind of marathon method based running only. Okay. So this is how, at the same time what is happening, your breathing muscles will get engaged, and your running will become better. Okay. And this is how it works. So this is the same thing which works with this HR based running also. Okay. So I thought that I figured out that there is a correlation. Okay. And actually the data which reflects here. Okay, I will just show it to you. See here, this is the data. Okay. So what is happening, everybody, is it visible to all of you? Shankar, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is
You
happening?
can
Yeah.
you can increase the font size, or you can zoom that from the
Okay.
bottom of the screen.
Okay, fine. I may get disconnected very soon. Okay. Just a minute. I will zoom it rather. Zoom out. Yeah. Is it visible now? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the data. Like in the lab first, what is happening? The obviously the pace was low. Average HR is also low. Everybody, am I audible, visible, everything clear? Okay.
Yes. Yes,
So
yes.
obviously, since it is a slow one, the average stride length is also slow, means below 1 meter. Okay, and then as the run progresses, what is happening here? The average pace increases, HR is also increasing, and the this thing stride length is also increasing. And in between, you will find that in the fourth lap, actually, this while doing this run, I taped my mouth completely. Okay, so the picture which you saw in the first slide, the mouth was completely sealed. Okay, so in the fourth lap you will figure out that the speed has gone up. Okay, so it was 436 average speed, and accordingly HR is also going up 146, and the stride length has also gone up. So this means what, that even on the basis of your nasal breathing also you can run. Okay, so idea is, and there is a correlation, you can figure out like what is happening here. So this is the idea. And besides what I was discussing, what were my observations for the day, like first is taping help in many ways, raising awareness about our own breathe. Okay, so what is happening while running, like obviously, because you have to breathe hard. Okay, you have to breathe hard, and you have to understand constantly what is happening with your body. Okay, and what is happening with your running. So initially you will feel that you are breathing very hard, and you can actually listen your breathing very properly from inside. So this is what is happening. And it gave a sensation of high altitude training. Okay, because you are running in under with a less amount of oxygen available. Okay, so what is happening, like when I went to Ladakh, then I felt that I had done trekking and some running at an altitude of 17,000 feet. Okay, so then as you may be aware, like at Ladakh the air density is very low. So obviously when you do this, then you are training your body to train with a low amount of oxygen. Okay, so obviously, like if you are training your body with a low amount of oxygen, if at all you are given good amount of oxygen and better quality of oxygen, then obviously your running will improve. Correct. So this is how the another benefit of this running can be. Okay, and it gives a feeling as if I'm in a spaceship with less oxygen availability, because I was watching some movie yesterday. Okay, so Mars expedition something. So I was thinking that spaceship में भी कैसा रहता होगा, like oxygen availability is quite low. Okay, and if people have to uh, do something there, then obviously they have to manage in less amount of oxygen. Okay, so this is how the body is getting trained in a different manner. Okay, so fourth point is the first kilometers as usual hard, but later breathing found a correlation with the steps. Okay, so as the breathing gets settled inside the body, and body is started utilizing it at the max, then the steps and the breathing got a correlation. Okay, and then what happened, like obviously, like you have seen that the even the speed has gone up. Okay, in the fourth lap. So this is what is happening. Okay, so even like initially you the body will resist, but later on it will actually uh, uh, adjust to that. Correct. In fact, I could run within my MAF HR range. So what is happening there, I could figure out a correlation. Like if you are able to run, if you, some people are not having this Garmin watch or maybe a chest strap monitor, then what they can do, they can actually run with a nasal breathing mode only. Okay, so what you can do, you can just tape down your mouth like this, and then you can run. Okay, and then you will actually your this MAF HR range will be automatically maintained. Okay, so mouth was obviously full of saliva during run. So during run it was full of saliva. Okay, there was some lightheadedness because oxygen was available less in less amount. So the head was actually, I was feeling lightheaded. Okay, so some kind of. So yes, people who are not actually ready for this kind of run should remain prepared beforehand. Okay, and they should understand like what can be the possibility, how they should avoid it, and how they should actually, while sitting idle or at home, or maybe while working at home, or while doing anything during non-training time, what they should actually do during that point of time. And they should actually focus more on nasal breathing and engage that deep, long, slow, deep breathing in order to get into this mode and run. Okay, so in between, speed improved when body was settled for run, as we discussed earlier. Okay, and the last was, there was a correlation between HR, breathing, and pace, as we have seen here in the graph. Okay, in this details. Okay, so this is how it is. So precautions for doing this kind of run: mandatory strong aerobic endurance. You should have a strong aerobic endurance. Okay, so beforehand you have to do lot of training, HR based training. Okay, so basically, so see the idea why I decided to experiment like that, because see, sometimes if you are not, some of you may not be having this your HR monitor available with you, correct? So in that case, what you can actually do is you can engage into this nasal breathing based running, and then actually this can also give you the same kind of benefits. Okay, and obviously the second is start slow. You have to start very slow. Okay, so that let the body remain adjusted to the the less amount of oxygen which is available. Okay, remain aware about your breaths and accordingly change your lifestyle, sleep pattern. Okay, so sleep pattern also plays a major role into this, because see, as you are aware, like if you are able to control your breathing, so obviously your HR is also control, and sleep pattern is also related to your HR, so everything is correlated. Okay, so so if you are aware, you remain aware about your breaths, so obviously you can actually correlate with your lifestyle and then sleep pattern, etc. Try and attempt tape to sleep to regulate breathing pathways. Okay, so while sleeping, as we discussed, like you can tape your mouth, and then like breathing pathways will remain clear. Okay, have enough water before run. Okay, because you cannot have water in between the run. Okay, with this kind of uh, running nasal when you tape your mouth and run, so you cannot have water. So your body should be capable to store at least 1 liter of water for say 30 kilometers or so. So this is how it is. And then nasal pathways must remain clear. So there should not be any kind of mucus or anything which can actually restrict your runs. So this is another thing. And engage into your yogic pranayama and breathing to enforce correct breathing pattern. Breathe and run childlike. Okay, so as you are aware, like kids do not require any kind of you know this mouth breathing. They run with they breathe with their nose only, correct? So these are the things which we can actually have keep in mind, and while doing this kind of run. Okay, so this is how it is. So how was that as of now? How was the understanding as of now? Anyone unmute yourself, raise your hand.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, raise your hand, unmute, and then you can discuss one by one.